Hey, you guys. It's your favorite little keto goofball Diamond. Happy St. Patty's Day. I mean, I know we're not celebrating and nobody's going anywhere because, no crowds of 50 or more and everything's closed any damn way. But that's all right. Today is 964 of my ketogenic journey, going from 311.8 pounds to where I sit today. I got some advice on good health during the cold, flu, and everything else season, and things you can do for keto to make it just a little bit easier and less sicky. I'm going to show you what I ate. I'm going to show you what I ate yesterday. Then I'll be right back with a chit chat and a weigh in. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. All those wonderful things that helps this YouTube channel grow and makes me happy. Now, let's rant, rave, and misbehave, Miss Keto Diamond style. Finally breaking a 24-hour fast, guys. I wanted this so bad earlier. I was making this. I had my meat made, but I had to take my daughter to do a bunch of stuff and go do a few things for my husband. I just didn't have time. So, it is almost 6 p.m. now. I've got 2 eggs fried in coconut oil with sausage, chicken, cheese, and mayonnaise. I'm ready to eat this. This right here is leftover. I couldn't eat all of it. Peanut butter slim fast fat bomb after breakfast, I guess. This is my 2-day sugar skull unicorn masterpiece. All right, so yesterday was pretty much technically an OMAD. I did have that egg stuff, eggs, cheese, bacon, sausage with coconut oil. Didn't eat it all. And right after that, I did have 2 of the Slim Fast Fat Bombs and I think 2 pieces of cheese. Oh, and there was a hard-boiled egg or 2. It was all right there together, but for some reason I couldn't eat that egg stuff. I done let it get cold. See, I had made it earlier in the day. I'd made the meat and stuff earlier in the day. Had to take my daughter around to do some errands and stuff, and it was cute and sweet, and we got to enjoy our time out for a little while, because who knows when we're going to really get out a whole lot more. Anyway, what I ate yesterday was not bad. It was actually pretty good, so I'll get to a weigh-in in just a minute reflecting upon that, but I do have some questions that people are talking about what to do with cold and flu. And of course, there's some things that a lot of folks don't realize that I know when I first started keto, I just got lucky and overheard it. I wasn't even looking for the information on it. But what to do when you have the cold, the flu, or whatever else, ... here. The things you can do to stay in ketosis and feel better and not try to have an accidental oopsie daisy, okay? Because the best way to beat the cold, flu, or ... is to have the best immune system you can possibly have. So stick close to your keto and your carnivore, okay? Stick close to your diet and your dietary restrictions and dietary needs, especially while you're sick. And I know that's not easy because you want the comfort food, you want the tomato soup, you want the crackers, you want the grilled cheese, you want the I need to stop before I trigger me and you. Anyway, you want those comfort foods that mom and daddy made you as a kid. Well, there's a couple things you can do as far as comfort foods go, and I don't reckon a lot of people really think about them, but instead of having the chicken noodle soup from Campbell's, you can have chicken broth. You can have chicken soup, just leave the noodles out. You can substitute pork skins for crackers. It's really the salt your body's wanting anyway when you're sick. And make sure, that's like always, especially on keto, but make sure your electrolytes are good and your fluid intake is high, especially if you have one of those illnesses that make you, or just make sure those are good, right? So it's not really that hard. Now, there are some things you might need to know with medication. Now, first of all, unless you're really, really sick, like a fever of 103 that you can't beat down, y'all need to go to the hospital and give it to everybody else, okay? So if you can take some Tylenol and bring your fever down, you really don't need to be at the hospital. You don't really need to be anywhere as long as you can manage it at home. And that's practical and normal in any sickness situation, flu, cold, whatever. But you need to know that things like NyQuil and DayQuil will kick you out of ketosis and ultimately make you feel worse. So if you're in ketosis, you don't want to kick yourself just because you're sick, because that's adding insult to injury. And trust me, I know this because I've done it a time or two, maybe even five. So try to maintain your state of ketosis and be careful what you put in your body. Like, you don't want the liquid gel caps, you don't want the syrups. You need to check those ingredients labels, because they're going to put sugar in it if they can put sugar in it. And sometimes they will use sucralose, which is not necessarily keto friendly. It's just not. So you have to be careful with those things. They might kick you out of ketosis. And now, I would recommend Tylenol for fever. Now, I'm not no doctor, not even kinda. Now, ibuprofen is good for fever too, right? But while it's anti-inflammatory, when it wears off, the inflammation spikes up. So you will step on the scale the next day and may gain water weight. If you need it, don't worry about it. If you need to alternate for yourself as an adult, some Tylenol and some ibuprofen for fever, for pain and ache, don't worry about the water weight. Just expect it. That way it doesn't freak you out and upset you tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. If you need it, you take it, okay? But just recognize what it's going to do to your body a little bit. That way when you step on the scale the next day, you're not, well, I might as well eat a cheeseburger. Yeah, trust me, because I've been there. I've seen that spike from the ibuprofen and be like, should have just had a damn Kit Kat bar. Yeah. So don't let it freak you out if you're going to do that. And again, try if you can to avoid stuff like NyQuil and DayQuil. For one, it's not good for you, no way. Even when you're sick, yes, it will contain some of the symptoms, but it's not good for your body. They're also, you want to be careful with decongestants. I found this out the hard way because I got high blood pressure. But if you have high blood pressure or are prone to high blood pressure, you want to take something called quercetin. I'm a genius. I wrote this word down, knew what it was, and when I was reading it, I was like, "The hell does that say?" I think it's called quercetin. But anyway, this is actually made for people with high blood pressure who have cold and flu symptoms, and you can get that at Walmart. You can also get an off-brand much cheaper at Dollar General. So, I don't know if you can get toilet paper yet, but you can still get cold medicine. It's kind of funny, ain't it? You freaked out about a virus, but you're buying the toilet paper and not the cold medicine. I'm just saying. But anyway, I've already said, you know what? Like high dosing of vitamin C. Again, I'm not a doctor. You need to look it up and do your own research on this. But I have heard a lot on a high dose of vitamin C, especially when you're sick, will really boost your immune system. Now, I'm not talking about those immune C things. I'm not talking about none of that crap. Do your research, because there's good forms of vitamin C, not from orange juice, that will kick you out of ketosis, make you feel worse, and the vitamin C in that's not as beneficial. So find a good beneficial form of a high dose vitamin C. It'll make you feel better. It'll boost your immune system for real, and you'll just feel better. There's also, you can add garlic or ginger to your foods and your drinks, and that will help some. I don't know about adding garlic to my drink. That might be disgusting, but I hear ginger's good. And lemon water. Lemon water is really good for you when you're not feeling good. I do hear, I'm all over the place with this, but I didn't think about this when I first started keto. Hold on. Ow! Damn. Thank you. No, it's not that. It's allergy season in North Carolina. Although every time I go somewhere, people are looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Are you going to give it to me? I swear I'm not. At least not that I know of. I feel fine other than, sorry. Cough drops is where I was going with this. See, when I first started keto, and it's been about 2.5 years ago, I did not think about cough drops as being candy or being a sweet or having sugar in them at all. And I think I kicked myself on cough drops for several days in a row and couldn't figure out why I felt so terrible. And then I looked at it. Well, duh. You're eating candy. How did you not realize that's candy? Yeah, it's got some eucalyptus and some menthol and some stuff like that in it, but it's also got sugar, and they do make sugar-free ones, of course. They're sweetened with sucralose, and if you can't have that, that might be a problem. But just be careful with it. Just be kind of mindful. It'll be very helpful. Now, no, let's weigh in, then I'll update you on some stuff with the neurologist and all that. Let me just shut my mouth and get to the weigh-in right here, all right? All right, so 168.8. All right, so yesterday I weighed 196.4, and today 168.8. See, I just showed it to y'all, but it's been a while since I looked at it. But I think I've lost 0.6 overnight. Probably would have been more, honestly, if I had gotten more sleep and not been extremely stressed. Yesterday, I'd have to say yesterday was a 10 out of a 10 in the stress department. It was a lot of stress. And I'm trying to limit that a lot, but it's very difficult to do so for me in my particular situation. So stress is just a part of my journey. Cortisol spikes can kick you out of ketosis, can stall your weight loss, can make you feel like crap, can mess with your sleep. So be mindful if you're super stressed that this could be a factor on the scale. Just don't let it freak you out. Remember, the scale is just data, okay? You get on that scale, you went up 3 pounds, something happened. You did something that affected you. You might have had some stress in your life that day. You might not have got that much sleep. You might have ate something you shouldn't have. You might have ate something you shouldn't have and didn't know you shouldn't have. So just don't let the scale freak you out. It goes up for various reasons. Water weight is a weird, wonderful, sarcasm here, thing. Just don't let it freak you out. Just get back on it right away. Okay? Something happened yesterday. Today, let me do better. Tomorrow's going to be brighter. And if it's not, you know what? It's just day to do it again. Just keep making your next meal keto. It's a revolving door. If you hear grandbaby crying in there, she's a new girl, relatively new girl, and her daddy's in there with her. And if you hear the other babies crying, his mom is in there with him. And the big one's in my room, so he's fine. He's got a game. He's not worried about nobody in the world right now. He's out of school for the next 2 weeks at least. Y'all, I keep hearing some crazy stuff going on. We was at East Coast Wings, and they're closing at 5 p.m. today, indefinitely, until further notice, basically. They're only going to be doing carry-out orders. So it's kind of wild and weird, all this stuff going on right now. And I am kind of torn. In one way, I think, well, good, maybe this will stop the spread of the disease, less people will die. The other flip of the coin, I'm like, we are massively overreacting to this. This don't seem right. We've had diseases ravage our country a few times before that were on the same level with this one, and we didn't shut down every damn thing. We didn't shut down things indefinitely. Hell, we just shut down for a day. So I really don't know where to go with that, because part of me it feels like a massive overreaction. The other part of me is like, well, maybe this will help, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. And if they lay the workers off, what do people do for food and money? I think there's something to that where you can get help, but it's going to be difficult. Anyway, grandbaby's crying in there. I'm going to get off of here. Remember, I hope you feel better. Keep everything as clean as you possibly can. Wear your gloves and your mask if you want to when you go out. Hit you some vitamin C. And if you do get sick, be mindful of what you put in your body, because some of that stuff can either just jack your water weight or can kick you out of ketosis and make you feel worse. Your strong immune system is your best bet. That's all I got to say about that. Much love to you guys and dolls. Oh, first, don't forget to take 15 minutes out of the day and do something for yourself, because apparently all of us are about to have a whole lot of free time on our hands. So at least do 15 minutes of that free time for you and something you want to do. And if you can, if possible, be nice to somebody else for a little bit today. Make the day, brighten it up just a little bit. Make them feel loved, make them feel special. Now, there's ways to support the channel, but considering everything going on right now, I don't think people won't do all that. So it's fine if you don't. It's grand if you do. Either way, much love to you. Bye, y'all.